Rotaractors, respected mentors, proud parents, PUPians, students of the school, fellow students of life, and most especially to our brilliant orators, good afternoon. Today, words take center stage. Today, ideas become power. And today, we have a keynote speaker whose own life story speaks and sounds like a speech written for the ages. From the streets of Tondo to the halls of power, from scavenging dreams beneath the shadows of hardship, to standing beneath the bright lights of public service, he did not merely rise. He roared his way into the national consciousness. He is proof that eloquence is not measured by accent, but by authenticity. That leadership is not inherited, it is earned. And that the most powerful voice is one that speaks for the people. Long before he became mayor, long before the cameras, the headlines, and the chants of your name echoed across the nation, he was once a young man, like all of you, like our contestants today. He was once a young man who dared to speak to his generation. He dared to speak for his generation. At a remarkable young age, he entered public service as the youngest member of the Manila City Council. A young boy seated among seasoned politicians, proving early on that courage and conviction can command even the highest halls of power. Known to many as Yorme, admired for his grit, charisma, and unmistakable candor, he transformed the city of Manila with boldness, with speed, and with political will that captured the attention of the entire nation. But beyond the titles and headlines is a man who understands the power of the voice. Because before he became a mayor, he was once a young dreamer trying to be heard. And what better person to inspire today's finalists? Young men and women who dare to speak, who dare to persuade, who dare to lead, than this mayor. Someone who turned his own voice into a movement. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for wisdom delivered with fire, with a little bit of humor delivered with heart, and with inspiration shared with us all, coming from his own life experience. It is my distinct honor and privilege, therefore, to present our keynote speaker for the Voice of the Youth Grand Finals, Mr. Voice of the Youth himself, the Mayor of the City of Manila, the one and only Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso.
Maupo po kayo. Sobra-sobra naman yung papapaklala mo. I am just one of those voices. Marami naman kapag-galing din na mga kabataan. But today I am grateful, humble, and honored to speak before you. Especially itong aming isa sa pinagmamalaki na paaralan lang na nasa lungsod ng Maynila. Dito maraming isko at saka iska, or what you call iskola ng bayan. They nagbibigay, ang institusyon ito nagbibigay ng pagkakataon sa mga mahihirap nating pamilya na nakamit nila ang tagumpay through education. At ito'y naipapamahagi sa lahat ng gusto na makamit ang magandang kinabukasan. Kaya palakpakan natin ang PUP. Marami na po nagsalita, ang gagaling po na nagsalita. But I have prepared some and happy and honored to share it with you. Again, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Especially to our Rotary leaders, educators, distinguished guests, proud parents, and most especially the young delegates, national young delegates, and finalists of the Youth Peace Summit, Voice of the Youth Third National Oratorical Contest. We gather at the time when public discourse is being tested. Recent events in our Senate, the new teleserye in 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Filipino families, ang laging kaabang-abang, bukas mula Lunes hanggang Huwebes, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. And I really know. Have demonstrated how deeply divided opinions can become and how easily official conversation can be overwhelmed by accusations, personal attacks, and competing narratives. In many discussions today, arguments are sometimes judged not by the strength of evidence or by the merit of ideas, but by who delivers them. Too often, disagreement becomes personal, and debate becomes a contest of personalities rather than the search for solution. This is why gatherings such as today, oratorical competition, are the more important than ever. In fact, na-share ko nga pero kanina, your city government, and you can check records when I assume public office again, thanks to the people of Manila for giving me such opportunity. We revive of what we have been doing, being a student of public education system nung iba sa inyo hindi pa pinapanganak, o dekada 80. In our schools, nagkaroon din kami ng mga orador sa Tagalog at wikang Banyaga. At pinali ko rin ng quiz. Simply because of this reason na ang bata ma-express niya ng tama at mapaggalang na pamamaraan ang kanyang opinyon at paniniwala. Naging patagumpay po yun at yun ay nangyari noong Disyembre sa makasaysayang teatro ng lungsod ng Maynila, if not teatro makasaysayan sa buong bansa, the jewel of the city of Manila, Metropolitan Theater. Thanks to our trainers, those parents who participated and very successful, and there is going to be another one this December. Kaya nung nakita ko yung invitation ng Rotary, uy, sabi ko, Cesar, tirahin natin yan. Okay yan. Show our support and belief. Or, meron tayong common goal sa buhay. Makakita tayo ng mga talentadong bata na mga future leaders to inspire others. Kaya sabi ko, gora kami sa araw na ito. Kaya po, maraming salamat sa inyo, Rotary Club, sa inyong pagtatanghal na ito. Rotary, at its finest, teaches discipline of thoughts and purpose. It requires research before opinion, evidence before conclusion, and logic before persuasion. It challenges young people to defend positions, not through insults or noise, but through ideas and facts, and reasoned arguments that can inspire action and create positive change. Sana sa inyong mga, sana na lang talaga muna. Sana sa ating mga ilang national leaders ay narito ngayon upang matunghayan kung gaano kagaling ang marami nating kabataang Pilipino sa ating bansa. Upang makinig sila, matuto sa tinig ng kabataan. In our own little way, in this corner of our country, in Manila, we have seen how communications and social media platforms can become tools. Dito marami nagkakamali sa perception sa amin. You don't use a free platform to propagate yourself, but it is a tool for communication and almost free, timely information na naihatid for purposes of public service. And modestly aside, when I was Vice Mayor then, you can Google it, hindi pa ako nagla-live ang session sa Senado sa Maynila nung Vice Mayor ako. Naka-stream na ang session ng Konseho ng Maynila. For what purpose? To showcase ourselves? No. To expose ourselves. To be better in the eyes and hearts of our people if we really doing our job. Kaya noong araw na yun, natatakot yung mga konsyero. Sabi ko, ba't kayo natatakot? Hindi naman sinabi ng tao, hinusgahan kayo kay Bobo Matalino. Ang huhusgahan kayo ng tao, kung gagampanan ninyo yung naturingang tungkulin inyong hiningi. Tandaan ninyo ha, hindi yan binigay sa inyo ng tao ng pusa. Hiningi ninyo yan sa tao na kayo malaga sa kanya-kanya niyong posisyon to represent your district. Kaya huwag kayong tutulog-tulog. Dahil pag nadaanan kayo ng camera, mauhusgahan kayo ng mamamayan. Yung mga nangungulakot yan, medyo sa banyo nyo na dalhin mo. At kung guilty, you know what benefited the people? We exposing ourselves. Alam mo, ang dami ng buti. Bumihira ang absent. Hindi kami nahirapang makakuha ng quorum. Kaya po, nung ako naman nagka-Friday, pinapansin ninyo, madaling araw, gabi, Peligro de Ora, umuulang-ulang, tumikirik na araw sa tanghali. Bulaklak ang Maynila. Partikular ang pangalang lungsod ng Maynila. Because ang assumption ko, ang taong bayan busy sa paghahanap buhay. Maraming gawain tungkulin sa kanya-kanyang field of undertaking. And sometimes, through noise, maraming nagkakalituhan. At ang kalituhan ay nagbubunga ng alitan at hindi pagmumuha. Kaya idinulak-lak namin ang pamahalang lungsod. Ano siya na rin naging parang ang tawag yan sa peg ng ibang lokal na pamahalaan at leader ng pamahalaan. Diyan ko rin itinatag nung unang termino ko yung capital report, wherein every Friday we report to the people, especially those who are in school or working who have no idea on what's happening in the community. The brief of what transpired, of what's going to happen, and what happened today. At least doon man lamang na ipapabatid namin sa aming mamamayan for proper guidance kung ano ang tamang informasyon, sitwasyon from the horse's mouth o hindi na saling sanda. And recently, nag-innovate kami. It became the office hour every Friday except after the implementation of EO 110. Wala pa kami pasok ng Biyernes. Buti pa ang eskwela, may pasok na. Mapapasana ko ka lang. But then again, in addition, through communication as a form of service to the people of Manila and those people who are coming in and out of Manila every day, ay meron po kami tinatawag na talk to the people. These are urgent matters. Maaaring may hinulog na isang estudyante ng PUP, dyan sa Stockton siya, may nagpadala sa amin, at na kailangan namin tugunan. Tayo siya, informal. At higit sa lahat, baha. Those are simple things, simple matters, micro in nature, but sabi nga, ang tigyawat, kapag hindi mo binigyan ng adisyon, magiging pigsat. Kaya kung kaya pa lang, maliit pa lang, tugunan mo na. While you continue to prepare your city for a mid and long-term development, we continue to address daily challenges. And through this medium, ay marami po nagkakabayan at naiiwasan ang mga fake news, maling informasyon. Lalo na yung mga attacks natin sa eskwelahan. Minsan sila nabibiktima kasi may nagliliro, you're declared no classes. Siyempre, excited yung mga attacks. Yung pala, that's why we have this type of outlet that through communication, mas lumiliwanag, nagkakaunawaan ang bawat isa. Ngunit, sa mga contestant, and to those who are going to hear our finalists today, words is not enough. Words must be accompanied by action. Because with words plus action, now you have the power to move people. Katulad po namin, no, walang makapaniwala kasi near ito impossible. When I assume as mayor in 2019, anong sabi ko? Yung 30 taon na problema ng Recto, Divisoria, lilinisin ko yan. Pagkaupo, July 1, 2019. Come July 3, 48 hours thereafter, na-shock ang mundo na yung imposible ay naging posible. Nadadaanan na ang Recto, Juan Luna, Soler, at iba pang major thoroughfares ng city of Manila. Through that action, it snowballed. People will start listening to you because with your great words and thoughts, and you put action on it, now people will start listening. And with that, now people will start to follow. And now, after so many consistent picking of low-hanging fruit, now you can rally the people. Kailangan ba maging alkalde ka para magkaganon? Hindi. Katulad na rin nasabi ng mga speaker. Hindi mo kailangan din maghanap ng tamang oras. There is no such thing as right timing. Why? With or without you, with or without us, time will run. And these are the things that we cannot buy back. We can lose money, we can lose opportunity, we can lose so many things. Pero pwede natin makamit muli yung mga bagay na yun. Pero pag ang oras ay wala, hindi na tayo makakabili muli. Kaya, when is the time? The time is today. For the finalists, the time is today for you to shine. For the individuals, the time is today for you to be responsible to yourself, to your family, to your community, and our country. Wala. At the end of the day, tayo rin ang magkikita sa finals. And if I may borrow, totoo naman sinabi yun ni dating Pangulong Era, walang tutulong sa Pilipino kundi tayo yung kapwa Pilipino. So, if that is true, why hate each other? And if I may borrow one of those sentences mentioned by the past speaker, why create a wall if you can create a bridge? Same effort. You're going to create something. You put your skills and knowledge and experience building something. Why not build something for us to be united again with one heart, one soul, as Filipinos in our country. Ilang araw na lang, gugunitayin na natin ang araw ng kalayaan. Iba sa inyo, marahil katulad ko, o yung iba rin ang iniisip. Pero ako may tanong sa akin sa sarili. Malaya na nga ba tayo? Technically, countries recognizing our sovereignty. But anong uri at anong klase ng kalayaan ang gusto natin makamit? Kalayaan, kalpas, kahirapan. Kalayaan, nagsasabi ng iyong ninanais. Ngunit, marami rin sa atin. Tayo na, hindi na tayo magturo ng iba. Marami rin sa atin misconstruing the word kalayaan in expressing themselves by not thinking responsable na rin sa mga bagay na sinasabi nila. Tingin ko, and I hope I'm wrong, tingin ko, may mga ilan, hindi ko alam kung marami, ipinagbaliwala ang kanyang responsibilidad sa mga bagay na sinasabi niya sa kanyang kapwa. Mahalaga. Ang kalayaan, gusto kong maalala nito for 2026 celebration of our 120 years of independence. Gusto kong maalala. Ang kalayaan ay hindi libre. Habang pare-pareho tayo naniniwala na ang kalayaan ay karapatan. Pero hindi ko karapatan, ito'y libreng ikikipit balikat na lang natin na para bang pinabaliwala natin. Ang kalayaan ay may responsibilidad. Ang kalayaan may obligasyon. And I'm gonna remind each and every one of us, lives, individual, pay the ultimate price for what we have today. The so-called freedom, the so-called sovereignty. Hindi yan natin pwede. Sukdulang ipinagbuwis ng buhay ng ating mga bayani. Inalay ang kanilang buhay upang tayo ngayon sa kasalukuyan ay makamit ang malayang pamayanan at bansa. Para bang kung minsan, although hindi ko naman kayo masisi, kasi nakikita rin natin sa ibang leader natin, na para bang ikinigipit, balikan na lang natin parang baliwala. We are a British nation, I can do everything what I want to do, I can do whatever I want to say. Ganun ang dating. Ay, hindi po. Hindi po. So, matatagpuan niyo ang katwiran. Hindi naman kailangan makasakit ng kapwa damdamin. And there is a saying, with this, I think, mas papayapa tayo bilang magkakaibigan. When someone create an opinion, you respect it. That's why it's called opinion. And you can say, your opinion is as good as mine. O di walang away. Kaya, ngayong araw at pagkulita, because I will not see you in the celebration of Independence Day 2 days from now, I'd like to take this opportunity, especially to the youth, today, present here in this hall, maging maingat tayo sa pagpili ng salita habang nagagawa natin ang kalayaang makapagsalita nang hindi naman nakapananahin ng kapwa. Tandaan po ninyo, mahirap pong gawin yun. Pero wala naman po siyang postcast. Bakit niya naman tinitipid ang sarili ninyo? Maging maingat. We call and make our leaders liable responsible to the wrongdoings. In such a way, we call in a manner firm but respectful. You just don't want to call somebody basurero, cargador. Why? Why would we call or describe a person? Doesn't mean he's talking. He has all the right and knowledge of everything. Hindi naman. Kaya iniingatan ninyo, lalo na kayong mga magpo-competition. Kasi sa pagbibigay ng puso, nakasasakit kayo ng damdamin. At minsan, yung sugat na yan, nag-iiwan ng marka. Mamalas-malasin mo pa, maisasalin pa yung hagding dinanas na yun sa kanyang saling lahi. Kaya hindi tayo nag-ihilong dahil sa mga mapapalaki na salita. Ulitin ko, we can be firm with our beliefs. Pero yung paniwala ko ay hindi siya parang kanan mainit na isusubo mo na lang. Hintay mong siyang kusang magsubo. Na yun ay hindi katanggap-tanggap sa kanya. Try to convince them with your words and actions. That's the key. And consistency and persistence. Big, low-hanging fruit. Huwag nyo nang hintay na mahulog yung mangga sa lupa. Hinog na. Pitasin nyo na. Huwag nyo nang ipagpabukas. Kasi paglakad nun sa lupa, sira na yun. Hindi na masarap kayo. So, to the youth today, gusto ko lang malaanin nyo. At maalala ninyo ang mga ninuno natin. Sila nagsakripisyo sa bagay na amin naman pinakikinabangan sa ngayon. Lastly, ito naman, gusto nyo ba kayong maging masasayahin sa buhay? Alam ko naman yung iba sa inyo na iwanan ng jowa. Naloko pa. I think it's very timely. And I've been sharing and teaching this to my fellow workers. I'm gonna say it now. Namnamin ninyo ang kahulugan ng isang salita. Kabubusugan. Kailangan matutunan ninyo mainunawaan ang kabubusugan. Why? If you are grateful on what you have right now, you will be the happiest person on earth. Sometimes, ang layo ng tingin natin, mga bagay na hinahanap natin, hindi naman natin nahawakan nakikita. You play, nandito na, tangan-tangan na natin ang bagay na dapat natin ikalugot at bagay na dapat ipagpasalamat sa Diyos. Eh pag yun, natutunan ninyo yun, naku, maniwala kayo, kahit na tumaas pa presyo ng gasolina, makonsumin kayo ng 1 minuto, 2 minuto, nagkakagulo-gulo sila sa you will be more light emotionally and psychologically. You should learn the word, the meaning of the word, kabubuso. Kasi if you cannot find that, you will continue to seek things beyond or whatever yung mga aspirations mo, tas you end up with nothing. But when you appreciate things, opportunity, economic, jowa, may mas magiging masasayahin ka. Kasi naipagpapasalamat mo sa Diyos na naman na naging kapatayuan mo sa kasalinan. So muli sa inyong lahat, sa ating mga contestant, congratulations. You came a long way from the province to the region, now on the national stage. Tapos nandito pa kayo sa makasaysayan para lang namin sa lungsod ng Maynila, PUP. I think some of you came from Mindanao who are facing challenges. On behalf of the people of Manila, kami po ay nagkikisimpatya sa mga kababayan natin sa Mindanao. May awa Diyos. May awa Diyos. Malalagpasan din natin. Hold on. Sabi, sino ba kumanta? Hold on, just keep on holding on. Whoever song, sino ba yung kumanta noon? I think it's very timely. You really have to. Sana makarecover agad kayo sa tayo madaling. So, congratulations, Rotary. Congratulations to parents, instructor, to the finalists. Congratulations na. 6 kayo sa 100 milyon to showcase your skills and talents. Mabuhay ang Pilipino. Mabuhay ang kabataan. Makamit nawa ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino ang kapananagan sa ating pamahalaan. Mabuhay ang kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Magandang hapon po at pagpalain naman kayo ng buong mundo. Maraming salamat. Manila! God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Palakpakan niyo. The voice of the Mayor, Manila Mayor Honorable Isko Moreno Omagoso. We'd like to present you a token of appreciation from the President herself, President Lani Jose Sison of Rotary Club of Manila Bay. Can I ask the Manila Bay organizing team to come up on stage to present the token of appreciation to our keynote speaker, the Honorable Mayor of Manila. Napakasipag na mayor since pumasok siya sa mayorship. Nagtrabaho na siya. And I witnessed that and on TV. So congratulations, Mayor. And he said, and I quote, oratory is a discipline of thoughts and purpose to inspire action for positive change. Kaya gora na. And then our CMD, please come up on stage so that you can join our President Lani in giving the token of appreciation to our keynote speaker, the Honorable Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso. Right after that, I'd like to ask the judges as well to join. And of course, Bibi Gabi and President Attorney Raul is joining us on stage. Okay.